If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. There's a storm brewing in the NFL world, and it's centered around a name that's been on everyone's radar this offseason. Brandon AIYUK, the wide receiver, who had been the subject of intense speculation and trade rumors for months, has now made headlines in a way that no one fully expected, but everyone kind of saw coming. According to insiders and reports flooding social media, Brandon AIYUK has officially signed a monster deal and is heading to none other than the Cleveland Browns. Yes, you heard that right, Cleveland. The same team that's been quietly building a legitimate contender and now seems to have pulled off one of the biggest splashes of this year's free agency period. While the details are still trickling in, multiple sources close to the situation claim the deal is done, the ink is dry, and AIYUK is on his way to Berea to don the orange and brown. This move, if confirmed in full, could reshape not only the AFC North but also the entire power structure of the conference. Let's not forget Brandon AIYUK was a centerpiece of the San Francisco 49ers offense, a reliable weapon with elite route running skills, breakaway speed, and a knack for making big plays in high-pressure moments. For months, 49ers fans were left in limbo, wondering whether the front office would find a way to keep their star receiver, or whether salary cap pressure and internal dynamics would force a difficult decision. Well, if this deal truly signals AIYUK's departure from the Bay, it's not just a loss for San Francisco, it's a warning shot to the rest of the NFL. Cleveland, often overlooked when talking about powerhouse offenses, may now be sitting on a goldmine of weapons that could turn them into one of the most dangerous teams in the league. Now, here's where it gets even juicier. This isn't just a one-year rental or a mid-tier signing. Sources say that AIYUK's contract with the Browns is in the realm of the massive, some even whispering it could rival top-tier wide receiver deals across the league. Numbers haven't been officially released, but early estimates suggest we're looking at a deal north of $25 million per year, potentially placing AIYUK among the top 5 highest-paid receivers in the NFL. For a franchise like the Browns, historically cautious when it comes to spending, this could signify a new era. General Manager Andrew Berry has been praised in recent years for his calculated moves and methodical roster building, but this latest acquisition might be his boldest yet. It's not just about adding talent, it's about sending a message. Cleveland isn't here to play second fiddle anymore. They want a seat at the table with the big boys. Imagine the potential offensive firepower now. Deshaun Watson, finally looking to return to his peak form after a rocky comeback, throwing to a receiving corps that includes Brandon AIYUK, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and tight end David Njoku. Add to that the Browns' already solid run game, even with Nick Chubb working his way back from injury, and you've got a lineup that's as balanced as it is dangerous. And that's before we even talk about the offensive line, which has quietly been one of the more consistent units in the league, with Kevin Stefanski still calling the shots. This offense might now have the personnel to run one of the most dynamic, versatile, and high-scoring systems in the league. AIYUK's addition could be the final piece in a puzzle that's been missing just one elite playmaker to tie it all together. But let's not pretend there won't be skeptics. Some analysts are already raising eyebrows, questioning whether AIYUK can truly be a number 1 receiver in a new system. After all, in San Francisco, he thrived in a Kyle Shanahan offense built on misdirection, motion, and spreading the wealth. In Cleveland, he may be asked to shoulder more of the burden, face double teams, and serve as the primary deep threat. Can he handle that level of responsibility? That's a fair question, but if his trajectory over the past few seasons is any indication, AIYUK has not only risen to every challenge, he's thrived under pressure. The guy's got swagger, toughness, and a competitive edge that could ignite this Browns offense in ways we haven't seen since the glory days of yesteryear. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Fans, of course, are already lighting up message boards and social media with reactions ranging from euphoric excitement to cautious optimism. Browns Nation has waited a long time to have something to truly cheer about, and the idea of adding a top-tier receiver like AIYUK is sending shockwaves through the fan base. Jerseys are already being mocked up, TikTok edits are flying, and Twitter spaces are buzzing with debates about where this move places Cleveland in the AFC pecking order. Could they now challenge Baltimore for the division crown? Could they finally get the better of Cincinnati and Joe Burrow? And what about Pittsburgh? One thing's for sure, with AIYUK in town, The Browns have gone from interesting to must-watch almost overnight. And let's not forget how this affects the rest of the league. Teams that were rumored to be in on AIYUK like the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, and even the New York Jets are now scrambling to pivot their plans. The Chiefs, in particular, were believed to be seriously eyeing AIYUK as a replacement for some of their wide-out losses. If Cleveland managed to swoop in and steal him from under the nose of the defending champions, that's more than just a good signing, that's a power move. It signals that the Browns aren't content to just build through the draft or tinker around the edges. They're swinging for the fences, and if this gamble pays off, it could be one of the most significant turning points in franchise history. Of course, with every blockbuster deal comes immense pressure. AIYUK will enter Cleveland with the weight of expectations firmly on his shoulders. Browns fans don't just want production, they want wins, playoff wins, deep playoff runs, and ultimately a shot at a Super Bowl. Anything less, and the narrative could quickly shift from brilliant acquisition to overpriced disappointment. But for now, the mood is one of hope, excitement, and possibility. The Browns have made a statement, and the league is listening. Brandon AIYUK is in Cleveland. Let that sink in. This isn't just a rumor anymore. It's real, it's official. And it might just be the move that changes everything. And here's one last thought before we go. What if this is just the beginning? What if AIYUK is step one in a larger plan to turn the Browns into a juggernaut? There are whispers, nothing confirmed yet, but whispers that Cleveland may not be done. Some insiders suggest there are still talks happening behind closed doors, names being floated, potential additions that could further bolster this already intriguing roster. Could they go after another defensive star, another offensive weapon? The draft may be months away, but this kind of move signals urgency. It signals vision. It signals belief. And if the front office really believes that AIYUK is the key to unlocking the team's potential, then the rest of the NFL had better take notice. Because the Browns are coming, and they're coming for everything. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!